here, nice to see ya. I've been collecting this bag of empties for quite a while, so I'm pretty excited to dive in. I think the best place to start is just grabbing all these makeup wipe bags because I have a ton. I have a ton of these Neutrogena makeup remover towelettes. I really like these. I tend to buy them only when they're on sale though, because they are kind of the most expensive makeup towelette brand that I've found. But yeah, I just have like a ton of these because I buy them a lot. Next, I have these Tarte Fresh Eyes Maracuja Waterproof Eye Makeup Remover Wipes. These I saw, I think on Emily Noel's channel, gosh, months and months ago. These towelettes are meant for just your eye makeup, and so they're a bit smaller than normal makeup towelettes. I'd say maybe like a third to a half the size of a normal sheet. And I really did like these a lot. The only thing is I felt a little weird using two different makeup wipes because these ones are just for your eye makeup. So I really only used these when I was wearing like super duper waterproof makeup, or if I had been wearing fake eyelashes and needed to remove the glue from my eyelid, or after filming sometimes if I used a lot of waterproof makeup for my swatches. So these definitely came in handy, but I don't know if they're the most like useful product to buy, if that makes any sense. I have a pack of the Yes to Cucumber Soothing Hypoallergenic Facial Wipes. I believe these are makeup removing wipes. At least this is how I use them. Yes, it does say cleanse, remove makeup, and nourish skin. I think I liked these, but I wasn't crazy about them. I feel like the cucumber smell is just kind of like unexpected when it comes to a makeup wipe, so the smell kind of threw me off a little bit. But other than that, I think they removed my makeup okay. If I remember correctly, these didn't remove eye makeup the best, and I feel like I could very easily rub my eyes a little too much with these. They're not as effective as the Neutrogena wipes for eye makeup. But if you don't wear a lot of eye makeup, or you don't wear mascara or eyeliner, which are the hardest things to get off, then these are actually a really good option. I also would use these, like if you're someone who uses wipes in the morning to just like clean your face, I think these are really great for that if you're not even using them for makeup removing, because I felt like they really were refreshing. Next, I have these Simple Sensitive Skin Experts Oil Balancing Cleansing Wipes. So these I got, I think, just to try out, and I remembered liking them, but again, I don't think these are really focused on makeup removal. What was great about these though is since they are for sensitive skin, I had no problems with these like making my eyes burn or anything like that, and I feel like these left behind a little bit less residue than other makeup wipes sometimes do. These are the Target brand makeup wipes, and I pretty much hated these. These made my eyes burn. They weren't that effective anyway. I mostly just used these to remove swatches from my arms just to use them up, but they kind of sucked at taking off swatches. So I really just used these just so I wouldn't have wasted my money. But yeah, don't buy these, they suck. I forgot that I even tried these. These are the Wet n Wild Under the Sheets makeup remover towelettes. Honestly, I don't remember these that well, so I guess they must have not been that awesome if I can't even really remember them. I also had a, I guess like sample size of the Josie Maran Bare Naked Wipes. Oh, they had some like thing with saving polar bears on the front. Anyway, these are fragrance free. They have argan oil and some other nice soothing things in them. And they have like all these little markings on the back to show you that they're, what are they? Gluten-free, recyclable, organic, cruelty-free, vegan, no synthetic fragrance. I used these a long time ago though. Like, I think I've had this empty bag for at least a year. I remember that I really did like them. I actually did like the smell of them even though they were fragrance-free. I actually really prefer fragrance-free, so I'm really glad that these are fragrance-free and they didn't smell like crap. And I do feel like they felt a little bit like oily on the skin. Like you could definitely tell that these are infused with some skincare. They weren't just like makeup removing and then leave your skin feeling dry. So I really did like these a lot. The only downside is, of course, these are pretty expensive, at least compared to the drugstore options that are out there. And I don't think I found them outstanding enough to warrant spending like, I don't even know how much these are, like 30 bucks for a pack? I don't even know. Finally, I have the Burt's Bees Sensitive Facial Cleaning Towelettes. Again, I don't even really remember using these, so I guess they like weren't bad but weren't great. I think I only got these because they were on sale at Nordstrom Rack. Yeah, these were like $6 at Nordstrom Rack. But you know, $6 is still pretty normal pricing for makeup wipes, so I have no idea how much these cost like out in the world. But yeah, I really don't remember these that well, so I don't think they were that outstanding. Now before these spill all over my bed, I have two like empty face mask baggy things. One of them was an intensive foot mask. This is by K Bella, which you can get at Target. And I feel like this really did make my feet feel a lot softer. They aren't the kind of like foot peeling foot mask like the baby foot that I wrote the blog post about. Open that blog post at your own risk. It's pretty disgusting. But these are more like helping to soften your feet. This other mask I have is the Tony Moly Tea Tree Face Mask Sheet. This is a very soothing, focused mask that focuses on redness, and so I used this when my skin was kind of acting up on me, and this felt so nice on my face. I really love this mask. I like that it has tea tree oil in it because that helps prevent breakouts. So overall, I think this mask was awesome. I believe I got this from Sephora. It might have been Ulta, but I'm pretty sure I got it from Sephora, but I think I got it online, so I'm not sure if you can get these in store. Okay, I will just keep going with skincare here. I have an empty of the PCA Skin Hydrating Serum. I really like this serum a lot. This is the first hydrating serum I ever tried. I got it on Amazon, but it's like, I think $45 to $50, and it's only 1 fluid ounce, so it's pretty expensive. And since you can't get it in store, it's just kind of more difficult. So now I use the First Aid Beauty Hydrating Serum, which I have an empty of somewhere. Anyway, I found an alternative that I can actually get in store, so I'm not going to be repurchasing this, but I actually really loved it. So if you don't mind spending a lot on your skincare and you don't mind having to buy it on Amazon, I highly, highly recommend this serum. Next is this sample of the Fresh Black Tea Age Delay Instant Fusion Treatment Toner. I used this in my morning routine for a couple months. It actually was featured in my skincare routine, or my updated skincare routine video I posted sometime in the last couple months. I did like this a lot. My skin felt really refreshed, but my skin didn't feel like tight or dry after using this, so I really enjoyed this a lot. I don't know if I would purchase a full size of this because I'm still sort of trying out different toners, but it's definitely on my list if I come to a point where I need a new toner and I'm not sure which one to get. Speaking of toners, I have this Mario Badescu Skincare Cucumber Cleansing Lotion. I got this, gosh, like a couple years ago, and it took me forever to get through this whole bottle. I used this every morning and I really liked it a lot. I think it felt a little more like tightening or like pore closing, I guess, than the other toner I just mentioned. But it did make my skin feel really clean, and I actually did like the cucumber scent in this one. I think I got this at Ulta, and it was like $27, I think, for this big bottle. And again, it lasted me a really long time, so while the price tag may seem a little steep, especially for a toner, it actually wasn't that bad in the long run. I have one MAC product here, and this is the MAC Mineralized Charged Water Cleanser. Now, I only bought this because I went to a MAC counter for Fix Plus. I really wanted like the spray, and this is before I'd even really tried MAC before. And the counter I went to was completely out of Fix Plus, but the woman who worked there said that this was basically the same thing, especially because I was looking to use Fix Plus as a primer. However, I thought this was going to be a spray bottle, and it's not. So I ended up having to use this with cotton swabs or little cotton pads. So I was a little bummed about that, but I ended up keeping it and using it up, and I actually did like this quite a bit. The only thing is that it was, you know, a little pricey for a like toner or cleansing water type thing. It's not for makeup removal, and so I could only really use it in the mornings. So it took me a while to get through this, and I was just a little pissed off that it wasn't Fix Plus like I wanted. So I ended up buying the Fix Plus anyway. I have a couple of First Aid Beauty products. I have the Ultra Repair Face Moisturizer and the Ultra Repair Cream. So I use both of these up because I use these moisturizers like all the time. I love this Ultra Repair Face Moisturizer just for like every morning before I put my makeup on. It's nice and light, it absorbs really quickly, and I just really like it a lot. The Ultra Repair Cream is great for like nighttime or anywhere else on your body that needs a little extra hydration. I really just love both of these. There's not much else to say about it. Next, I have a sample of the Philosophy Renewed Hope in a Jar. I got this sample, I think, with a set, and I did like this quite a bit. The full size is really expensive. I think it's like $60 to $70 for a full tub of this. So I wasn't really expecting to like get addicted to this, so I'd have to keep buying it. But it's a really good night cream, and I actually ended up getting a full size in a set that came with the Purity Cleanser. So I still have some that I'm going through in a big tub. This was just the little guy, and of course I used this up in the span of like a couple months. I have a couple of samples of Glam Glow face masks that I finally got through. I have had these little guys for a really long time. But first is the Youth Mud Tingle Exfoliant Treatment. I'm pretty sure I still had some in there, but it just dried up. But I used most of this. I would say this is the one I got the least use out of in all the Glam Glow masks because this one's targeted for mature skin. But I did like that it's really exfoliating. It has little beads in it, so you put it on, you let it dry, and then as you rinse it off, you rub it into your skin to exfoliate. So I really liked that, and I felt like it really does kind of make your skin tingle afterwards. But again, it's just not the most useful mask for me. I have other ways of exfoliating my face. The other one I have here is the Power Mud Dual Cleanse Treatments. This is like a deep cleaning face mask. This one was okay. I don't remember being completely blown away by this. And again, this one dried up before I could use all of it. I still did use most of it, but you know, it would have been nice to be able to use all of it. It also has kind of a strong scent, which surprised me because it's supposed to be a very cleansing mask. And I'm not a fan of like really scented stuff on my face, especially a face mask which has to stay on your face for like 20 minutes. My last skincare items here are eye creams. One of them is the Sephora brand Total Age Defy Cream for Eyes and Lips, which is kind of strange, and the Garnier Ultra Lift Anti-Wrinkle Firming Eye Cream. I liked the Sephora eye cream. I used it mostly at night just because at the time I wasn't using eye creams in the morning too. I'm not totally sure why this is an eye and lip cream. I've never really heard of that before, and I used this on my lips a couple times just to try it. And it was good because it doesn't leave like a balmy residue behind. Like I felt like it really went to moisturize my lips, but it just feels a little weird using like a lotion on your lips. So I mostly just use this for my eyes and it works pretty well. This is obviously one of the more affordable eye creams that you can get, especially at Sephora. So I would say it's not bad, but I wouldn't say that this is like a nighttime, super intense, hydrating eye cream. The Garnier eye cream I ended up using mostly just in the morning. So as I was incorporating eye cream into my morning routine, I don't know why I chose this one. I think I was using it as a night eye cream and I didn't find it hydrating enough. So it made a really good daytime eye cream, and I think the scent is like kind of citrusy and felt more like morning, invigorating type of a scent. So I used that in the mornings. I liked it a lot. I don't think I loved it, but it's pretty good. Now I have a couple of nail focused products. First is one of these nail polish removers that's like a sponge on the inside. Yeah, you can't really see it, but there is a round sponge, a hole in the middle, and then this one has an extra rough sponge because this is the one that's for glitter. I actually prefer getting the ones that are for glitter even if I don't wear glitter that often, just because that extra rough sponge in the center helps get all the nail polish off faster. So if you're looking into getting one with a sponge in the middle, you should just always grab the one that's for glitter. The interesting thing about these nail polish removers from Sephora is that they actually are like kind of scented, so they don't smell quite as awful as most nail polish removers do. Obviously, it still has acetone in it, so it still smells pretty bad, but on the whole, I don't think this one's as bad as the other ones are. I also didn't feel like this one really dried out my cuticles that much. I try really hard to remember to moisturize my cuticles, and I don't always do that. But I don't feel like this nail polish remover made my cuticles like super gross and dry. I also have an empty of an OPI Natural Nail Base Coat. I think I bought this online a couple years ago and I was just sort of slowly going through it. It's a pretty good base coat. I don't think it's my favorite, but I definitely think it works when you're in a bind. The only downside is the shape of these OPI bottles means that like you can never get to the little bit that's left. This is not completely empty. There's still nail polish in there, but it just became too much of a hassle trying to get these things out. Also, the brush was always defective on this. It has like a part that sticks up. Well, now you can't see it because it got all together. But yeah, you can see kind of in the top and bottom that the bristles are sticking out. So that kind of sucked about this. I didn't really feel like returning it because I bought it online. But keep that in mind. I feel like I've had a couple OPI bottles where the brushes have been kind of flayed out like that. Everything else here is all makeup related, so let me just get these disgusting sponges out of the way. I finally decided to retire my first beauty blender. I'd had this for, I think, at least a couple years. It's very stained. Like, I cleaned this before throwing it out, and it's like really gross looking. And I think I accidentally stabbed a hole in it with my fingernail, so some of the sponge was starting to separate, so it was just time to get rid of it. I also had this purple one that I bought at, I think, Marshall's, and this one was in my beauty sponges comparison video I did quite a while ago. This one also had the like poked it with my nail sponge separating issue, so I have to be more careful about that. I think it's kind of impossible to avoid that when you clean your makeup sponges though. Anyway, you can see this one's also super stained on both sides. I could never get these stains out. And yeah, I have a couple spots where the sponge ripped, so it was time to get rid of this one. I already repurchased both the Beauty Blender and this brand. I forget what it's called. I'll put it on the screen, but I love both of these a lot. I think both these sponges are awesome, and I like having the different shapes, so I'm glad I repurchased both. Next I have this makeup remover pen. This basically just dried out eventually, as these things tend to do, and it's like kind of a blunt top here. It's not very pointy, so I think I liked this quite a bit, but it's not really the best makeup remover pen. I also found that when I was using this in the like very corners of my eyes, it would burn a little bit, which obviously is not ideal. At this point, I just use a regular eye makeup remover that's like the oil and water ones that you have to shake, and a Q-tip, because it's much more mild, it doesn't burn, and I can get a much more precise like eyeliner line from it. So I don't really use any of these makeup remover pens anymore. So yeah, because this burned my eyes, I don't think I would recommend it. By the way, this is by Ocean with an E at the end. Ocean Femme. I can't totally tell. I have quite a few eyeliners here, and both of these gel eyeliners just sort of dried out after a while. So I have the Bobbi Brown Longwear Gel Eyeliner in Caviar Ink, which is like a very deep black brown. As you can see, there's quite a bit of product still in there, but it's just all dried out on top. And then I have the Maybelline Eye Studio Gel Eyeliner in Blackest Black. Again, there's quite a bit of product in here, but it just dried out before I could use it all. This Maybelline eyeliner is excellent. It actually stays on a lot more stubbornly than the Bobbi Brown one, although both really are long wearing, and I don't have any like rubbing or fading issues with either of these. But if you're looking for a more affordable gel eyeliner, then I would highly recommend this Maybelline one. This Bobbi Brown one is really great too, and I believe I repurchased it in Caviar Ink, and I purchased one in black at some point too. So I have a lot of backups of eyeliners for these, and I love both of them as like an affordable version and a high-end version. The last eyeliner I have is a Stila Stale Day Waterproof Liquid Eyeliner Sample. This is just one of the liquid eyeliners that comes in like a pen form. You can see the end ended up just getting a little bit frayed, and it just dried out. I mean, it kind of still draws, but it's just not what it was when I first got it. This eyeliner is really nice, although it has kind of a shiny finish, which I really don't like with my liquid eyeliners. I want them to dry matte. I did find that this was really long wearing though. I don't think I had any issues with it smudging or smearing through the day or fading. So this is definitely an excellent eyeliner, and I think they have a lot of really fun and like funky colors now, so I think they're definitely worth looking into. I have a lot of brow pencils, so let me just gather all of these. I have two Maybelline Define-A-Brow pencils in dark blonde. I have three NYX pencils. I think two of them are in the shade taupe. Oh, all three of them are in the shade taupe, so I've gone through three of these. That's insane. And I have the Anastasia Brow Wiz in soft brown. Honestly, all of these eyebrow pencils are excellent. I think my favorites though have become the NYX brow pencils, just because they're so much cheaper than the Anastasia pencils and they work basically the same. I like the Maybelline ones a lot, but now that I've used the NYX ones, I think that those are my favorite. I also prefer that the NYX pencils come with like a bristly brow brush on the end, whereas the Maybelline is like a comb, which is just a little bit less usable to me. The Anastasia Brow Wiz is obviously amazing, which is why I bought it, and I think I held on to this for so long. I really didn't want to have to end this relationship, but I did. And again, this one also has a bristly brush at the end, so I feel like the NYX are like kind of basically a dupe for these Brow Wizzes as long as you can find the right shade match for you. I have one concealer here. I used up a Maybelline Dream Lumi Touch Highlighting Concealer. This is in the shade Radiant, and this took quite a while to get through, and it gets pretty gross at the end because it's one of those that has a brush and you pump the product through. So it got a little bit gross by the end. I like that it had the brush attached to it, but one, it got gross, and two, it doesn't actually blend the concealer, so you still need like a beauty blender or your finger or a makeup brush to actually blend the concealer. But I really did like this. I love that it's like a kind of pink color, which is really good for dark circles, and it was a bit highlighting. I would totally repurchase this at some point. I just have a lot of concealers sort of waiting to be used up that's in my makeup drawer right now, so I'm going to use up what I have first, but I'll probably end up coming back to this at some point. Finally, I have a bunch of mascaras. First I have the Benefit Roller Lash. I got a sample of this before it actually came out, which was awesome. For some reason, when I went to Sephora that day, the people who worked there were just super nice and gave this to me. I have a video review of this, so I won't say too much about it. I also have the Maybelline The Falsies Volume Express Mascara, CoverGirl Clump Crusher Mascara, the Maybelline Mega Plush Mascara, and the Almay One Coat Get Up and Grow. So I think my favorite of this bunch is definitely the Falsies mascara. I love this mascara so much. And this one, I think it's in like a black brown, I don't remember. Which I think I won this from a giveaway, so I didn't choose the color, but I love this a lot. Again, I have like a ton of things waiting in my makeup drawer to use, so I'm not going to run out and buy mascara now, but I'm definitely going to be repurchasing this as soon as I'm out of all my extras. The Clump Crusher is one of my favorite like day-to-day mascaras. I like it a lot. It doesn't do a ton of lengthening, but it does give a little bit more volume, and it's super easy to remove, so I like this one quite a bit. I liked the Maybelline Mega Plush Mascara for a long time. The only thing is the wand is a little bit flexible, which can make it hard to use because, you know, you're not really getting like a very firm grip on your eyelashes. That's the only downside with this. I really did like it otherwise. I think I purchased this Get Up and Grow mascara because I remembered trying it as a teenager and liking it, and I really do still like this mascara. I wouldn't say it's my favorite. I don't absolutely love it, so I don't think I'll be repurchasing this anytime soon. And that's it for my empties.